Hi, I'm Steve with Superior Float Tanks. So I'm going to show you how to clean out a salted system. So the first thing we want to do is cut the power, which I'm sure you've already done, but the power switch is right here. So once that's cut, then you're going to unplug your black cord. The black cord goes to the heater. It may be zip tied right here, so you might have to cut that zip tie and pull that back off. So once that's down, we're going to come around to the front side. So a flathead screwdriver is all you need, but if you have a drill with a, I believe it's a 5/16 bit, that'll speed things up. But all you need is a small flathead. So the first thing we're going to want to do is undo our ground here. So with the small flathead, you'll stick it in there and you'll turn it and it just kind of falls out. And that'll just kind of hang right there. So I'll do one with the screwdriver and one with the drill here. So that is your 5/16 bit on an extension. So right under here. Now you're going to have some water come out of here because this is probably full of water. So have some towels ready. If you have a shop vac, you can pull the you can put the vacuum in here and suck all the water out of this portion. This is an empty filtration unit, so there may be some water in there, but probably none. In your case, you will have water in here, so use a vacuum to suck it out. Once you get that out, you can actually hold the vacuum down here, so a shop vac will come in handy, or you're going to spill a lot of water around here. So right here, you see this is called a banjo fitting. We're going to put that right on there. And we're just gently going to loosen it until it's loose. Now at this point, water is going to come through here if you hadn't shop vac'd it out. So the other one we're going to do is right up here. So I'm just going to stick this in and just turn it like that. So if you only have a screwdriver, this is how you would do it. So once this starts to become loose, it will come off. Just give me a second. All right, so once that's loose, we'll go a little more. Just don't want this to fall. And this is also a banjo fitting up here. So remember, we cut the power off, and we undid the ground, and now we're removing this. All right, so once that comes out, you're going to have water and salt. Now, these are somewhat of a newer thing, so you may not have this on here. If you don't have the banjo fitting, you'll definitely have the banjo fitting down here, but if you don't have it up here, you'll have something like this. Now, it'll be coming out of this side here. You can see the salt in there already. This is a used one. This is the older version. If you have this style, remember, you're not taking this arm off, you're taking this arm off, but this works the same way. You just have a union, and you want to turn it clockwise. Well, this one might be counterclockwise, but you just spin that, and then that comes out. So we went to banjo fitting, so if you have an older version, it's going to look like that you just undo. And the same thing, when you go to put it back on, you'll stick it back on there, and then spin it back on. But let's step back over here to this one. All right, so once we remove that banjo and this banjo, we can slide this out. Remember, we unplugged this and cut that earlier, so you can pull that out. So now you got this piece here. Now you can just run hot water through here, and then, so you can just run hot water and just kind of drain it. So there is water in this system. Now, if you've salted your system, there may be salt buildup in here. So just take this down and put hot water through here and just kind of run it through here. If you want to take it apart further, you can undo these. These are just unions here. If you take that apart, you can see inside the heater system. And you can also take this one apart and just wash it down there. So if you have a lot of salt in there, you can wash it out that way. You can shine a flashlight in there to see as well. So once you've cleaned this out very thoroughly and you know there's no salt buildup in there, you just pour hot water in there and splash it around until it comes out. So this is the harder part to clean. I'm just going to set this over here. So this is the harder part to clean. You're going to want to take your hose. This ain't hooked up to a hose, but you'll basically spray water in here. The hotter the water, the better. So once you want to visually see if you see salt in there, but just pouring hot water in here the best you can get it in there. Try to dissolve that salt. In a really bad case, you'll take this one apart too, but for right now, we're just gonna work on this one side, clean out this pipe, spray water in here. Once you've gotten all the salt out of there, you'll hook it back up, which we'll do in a second, and then we will test it again and try to run it. If you still can't run it, then we can take apart this arm. This is normally done with the unit outside. Some people have the filtration unit in a hard to take out spot. So just be careful of all the water falling on the floor here. So to put it together, we'll do the same way with